Hello, stamping friends. It's Margaret here with Margaret's Stamping Studio, and I wanted to make a quick class for us for this month. It's featuring some of my favorite retiring products. Today is April 8th. It's Eclipse Day, so how exciting is that? And that actually is why I had to do one of the Reach for the Stars. Have a little celestial card in the mix, even though I do love it's one of my favorites. I love the colors. And we haven't had a really cool space set in a long time, so I'm very sad to see that go. So these are all featuring things that are retiring. Tomorrow the retirement sale does start. You should have already received a retirement list in the mail if you are on my mailing list. Email, not in the mailbox, but you should have gotten that in the email, and I'll also have it posted on my Facebook page, and of course my margarethall.stampinup.net will have that information as well. That's my my website. So let's get started. So this is my Class in a Flash. With Class in a Flash, when you spend $35 online using the host code above, right there. I'm not going to even try to say that one. I'll mess that up. Screenshot it. It'll be posted in the comments below. So you'll be able to find that real easy. When you use that host code, I will send you a kit to create 6 cards. That'll be 2 of each of these designs. Just to remind you, that does not include stamped images, but it will be all the bits and pieces and paper for you to like stamp the astronaut. I had to think of what he was called there for a minute. To stamp the astronaut and then be able to cut him out. If you don't have these images, don't worry, because as you can see, these you can stamp with any image and then put your own sayings on them. With this, you will have these 2 pieces, your little banner, and you'll have a big piece of white, so you can stamp whatever you want and really make it your own, which to me is exciting because I would love to see what you create with these. So let's get started, and we will start with this. Now you'll notice these all do use, well, not all of them. 2 of these use designer paper, and just so I have enough supplies for everyone, you'll get 2 different colorways in your kit. So with this, as I've done here with the blues, isn't that just a cool fun fold? You're going to have the blues and then the pinks and oranges. So here's all our pieces. Let me score this. When you get a kit in the mail, I will also send you an email letting you know that your kit is on its way, and it will include a written tutorial, so you'll have the dimensions and any links necessary, and a link to a YouTube video, because this video will be on YouTube, and I'll post the YouTube link on Facebook. Alright, so what we start off first is putting our designer paper down. Let me just show you the back side of this. It's a very nice celestial kind of pattern on the back side. So if you or anyone in your family loves to go out with a telescope at night and you're a scrapbooker, this would be some great paper to get a hold of while it's still available. I forgot that. I was out of Stampin' Seal, so sorry about this. Let me quick put this in a new one in. I guess I can show you how. So the case, when you need to refill these, look at how gummed up that is. I really love this adhesive. You'll squeeze it right here where there's like the little textured part, and then here's your refill. Make sure I get this right. You've got your little knobs that the refill fits in. So you've got the bigger one goes there, the smaller there. that in like that. Kind of snap it in a little bit. Put the other half of the case together and it snaps right in place. Now, sometimes it does take a little bit of effort to get it going, but it is well worth it. And the new Stampin' seal, it's a few years old now. It's very tacky, so you really don't need to cover your whole piece of paper. It will stick very well. Okay, so what we're going to do here, I should open it up so you can actually see where I'm putting it. I'm putting it right along the cut line, but I'm also making sure I've got about 1/8 of an inch border along the side and the bottom edge, like so. I'll keep this open here. I'm trying to make sure I get these corner edges. See how I'm working that with my finger just to get it rolling? Oops, I think I over-rolled it. I did. Oops, okay. Let me pause this and get it going right. Okay, sorry about that. Now it's working right. I just hit a fiddle fart with it, rolling it back and forth with my finger, and I did not want to spend minutes on camera just doing that. I mean, how boring would that have been? Terribly. Okay, so I've got the designer paper down. Now here is for the little insert where we will write our message. So score on that. And your score lines in your kit, well, I'll already have everything scored for you. You're welcome. I know, I have a lot of friends who just hate the scoring part of making cards. I actually kind of like it. All right, let's put our spot to write on the inside. Again, I'm just centering that. Get a little extra adhesive out of the way. Here we go, more realistic starburst on this side as well. And this suite is called Reach for the Stars. There's stamps, dies, the designer paper. There's holographic paper. So we're going to use a little bit of that in here. Which actually, where is it? Haha, it's hiding in the envelope still. I'm like, I know I cut it. All right, so on this, I used basic gray for our astronaut, and I'm not quite sure I like that. So this one I'm going to use black. And then we can decide. Oops, I'm shaking my table. So we can decide which we like better. Oh, it's really going to shake the table when I cut it out. Maybe I'll pause the video for that. Yeah, I think I like it better black already. Okay, and then here's our little strip for our greeting. And there's several other greetings here. I love this. If I had a star for every time you brighten my day, I'd have an entire galaxy. Reach for the stars and greetings, friend. And then, of course, we've got our spaceship, our astronaut, and some little elements. So we're going with your stellar. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the Berry Burst marker just to highlight some little spots on this so it's not so stark. I probably should use the regular marker and not the blend, because blends since it's such little areas, the blends do bleed out. That's one of the benefits of them, that they will kind of run and blend together with your other colors that you're using. So you can layer them. You can layer it with different colors. You can do shading just with a single color. I'm just doing a little bit of highlighting here. Oops, I'm concentrating and not talking. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. Okay, and then I think we'll do this little pocket. There we go. Now I'm going to pause this while I use the Big Shot. I'll show you the dies. The dies are actually great. You've got your 2 rings to go around your planets, but the planets are all these fabulous circle dies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 circle dies. These do embossed little texture. We've got some stars. We've got the fire for our rocket ship and our astronaut. So those dies are really cool. All right, I'm going to pause you and I'll be right back. All right, I've got our astronaut die cut without making you motion sick, so that's a good thing. Not sure if it's still shaking a little bit. So we've got that. I'm going to go ahead and dovetail both ends of our little greeting here. And then, I don't know if you can see on here, but I added a little texture to the planet. We're going to do that again, and I just use Versamark. This is an old favorite. Versamark, it's more of a tacky adhesive ink, and you can use this when you're doing your heat embossing. This is my favorite ink for heat embossing, when you use the little embossing powders and then take the heat gun and heat it. But it also does, it's called Versamark, it also does a watermark effect. So see how it's making this Flirty Flamingo some shades darker where I've stamped it. So that's a really cool, easy use for the Versamark. Now I'm going to put adhesive on the back side. Just a bit more. I always get little strings and then it gums up right there. I think I should do a little flick, but I always forget. Well, we'll just say that's good. Then you slip the adhesive or the ring around the planet. Isn't that so cute? My adhesive's up there. And that's just adorable. I just love that. Okay, so let's get some more adhesive on here maybe. Maybe not. All right. I don't want to mess with that anymore. Let's get this in here. Oh, that one's empty too. I have been playing a lot and I'm just running out of adhesive everywhere I turn. I'm like, it's empty, it's empty, it's empty. Oh, the woes of a crafter. So here we go. I'm going to put my little planet there. Then I'm going to use dimensionals on the back of our astronaut. I know I just had them under the envelope on the side here. Here we go. So what's your favorite adhesive? I go back and forth between the runners and liquid glue. I find the liquid glue is a little more forgiving. It gives me a little bit more time to move. I'm going to make sure my dimensionals aren't going to show through the bottom. So here we go. Look how cute that is. I really love it in the pink color. It's Flirty Flamingo and Melon Burst is what I've used. And since this little greeting is so narrow, I'm just using the mini dimensionals for that. And I'll put your stellar up here. And it is done. Look how cute that is. Just love that. Okay, so you'll, with the kit, you'll get both colorways, so one of each. And let's get started on our second card. This one, oh, I'm so sad. The Inked and Tiled set has these really cool punches. And they fit together, so anyone that does quilting will have spotted this immediately. So it does these cute little things, so you can make little quilts. The stamp set itself is really pretty, and it's more like pressed flowers. I'm trying to see where my stamp set went. Ah, here we go. So here's the stamp set. So it's got, you know, like these pressed images and then some great greetings. So, and then the paper we're using the designer paper, so pretty. But I'm just so sad they are retiring these stamps, and it comes as a set of 2. So I would definitely try to get a hold of those. So with this card, your yellow back may be different, and it's crushed curry. So that will be different for both cards. And I have several different options that you may or may not get, but it will all be a more subtle background. Another thing that's retiring is this satin edged ribbon. It's vanilla with gold trim. It's so pretty. Alright, so I'm not even going to try my tape runner. So with the Tombow liquid glue, or green glue we call it, a little dab will do you. You barely need any. And it sticks like there's nobody's business. But you have your plenty of time to dry, which is fabulous. Let's go ahead. This will be the insert for your card. For darker cards, I like to put a white or ivory insert. And this one's kind of on the edge. It's Lost Lagoon. So I decided to go ahead. It's hard to read sometimes when you have a, you know, write in black on a darker card base. You just can't read it. So you spend all that time making this beautiful card. You want people to see your message. Okay, so we're just going to layer the vanilla matte onto the Lost Lagoon matte. And then we're going to build our little quilt. So what I did is I'm going to call these the snowflake, because I don't know what else to call it. I don't know. We'll just stick with snowflake. We're going to lay these out first. And I do like to lay them down and kind of make sure I've got them kind of even and centered. And then I go back and glue them down. So you're going to have 2 on the left at the top and bottom, and the one on the right in the middle. You can play around with where you want your colors. That's all up to you. But I've got my 2 blues on the upper right, or upper left and the middle right. Okay, And then now for these, I did use dimensionals. And let's see. So those are the sides that I want upright. So I'm flipping them over. And of course you can play around with your colors. And I'm actually using 4 dimensionals on each one. There just wasn't a good place to put just a couple dimensionals and have them keep and hold their shape. The designer paper is thinner than cardstock. So if it was cardstock, I probably would have gotten away with one in the middle or 2 next to each other, but I definitely don't want these to get crushed. So I'm going ahead and taking the extra time to put on all these dimensionals. And then the backings. Put them down's not so bad, but all the backings, yeesh. All right, and then I am just filling in the spaces with these. If you ever have a dimensional where you're having a really hard time getting the backing off, I don't know if you know, but if you squeeze down with your fingernail, it'll pull up the edge. And if you don't have fingernails, you could use the edge of your scissors or something, maybe even your bone folder. But that'll help get that edge to pop up from the edge of the sticky. Because every once in a while, there's a few that the backing just does not want to give. All right, so we've got that. Now I'm using the Lost Lagoon ink with the Hello Friend, which comes in the stamp set. Inked and Tiled is what it's called. And these, this circle is from, don't worry, the set's not retiring. These dies aren't retiring. I think it's Nested Shapes, could be the name of it. Oh, wait. Take that back. Take those back. I need to add the ribbon first. So I'm just going to cut just a little piece of ribbon. And then let me make sure, Hello Friend, it's going to go like that. I'm going to sandwich the ribbon down and adhere it to the back of the circle with the dimensionals. It never fails. It works like a charm. And then we're going to go ahead and stick this here. And I actually kind of like it off to the side, so it overhangs onto the yellow card base. A little more adhesive here. Flip it over, and I like this. You can center it if you want, but I kind of like it offset to the left a little bit. And there we go. And that's how you create this adorable quilted card. Love it. Love, love, love it. I hope you do too. I have fun with these, and just because you love something doesn't always mean other people do. And then sometimes you just don't like something that you've created and other people love it. That's just how it works sometimes. Okay, let's do this last card. It's so pretty. Obviously, I love Berry Burst. I'm so glad it's one of our core colors. Let's see, I've got our pieces here are very basic. And this one, I'm actually going to pull up my sheet here. We're going to be stamping off to get the lighter balloon colors. And then there's a second stamp that does the confetti on them. So this is the stamp set, which is a great set. And honestly, I'm blown away. This one is going away. I love the streamer. let's get our celebration on. I think it's time for a celebration. Such great greetings. And the dies are really cool. I did not think to pull those off my wall. I keep all of my dies up on a magnetic wall behind my normal cutting station, and that's so I can see them. If I don't see them, I kind of forget to use them. And not only that, but most of them also have other accent dies that you can use with other things. So, so I like to be able to see all my dies and really mix and match. I don't. I know a lot of times for my classes and things, I like to keep, you know, the dies. I use the same dies as stamp set and kind of keep them together that way, just because it's easier to show. But when I'm just there creating, anything goes. Anything goes. So let me get these kind of, like, I've got a lot of colors on this one. Azure Afternoon, Lemon Lime Twist, Daffodil Delight, oops, Calypso Coral, and Berry Burst. So I am using mainly the brights. Whoops. Nothing important, I don't think. No, just a tape runner, that's out. The Eclipse Coral is part of the Soft Subtles. The others are all part of the Brights collection. But they all look great together, so I'm going for it. And I'm going to start with the Calypso Coral. Now, I am using my glass mat, and I could stamp this off right on the glass mat, but since I'm using so many different colors, I didn't want to have to mess around with cleaning it off right away, and we'll just stick with some paper. So we'll make my host code paper kind of pretty. Here is the confetti images of the balloon. And you'll see it does not line up. Or maybe it's supposed to. I don't know. I never try to line it up. I like to have some of the white and the darker shades in there. So now with this, since I am doing so many colors, I actually got out a new stamp chamois. My friend Sandy made this for me. Isn't that so cute? That's one of the great things about being a demonstrator. You make so many other demonstrator friends and just have a great time together. All right, so there's that. All right, next will be, I'm going to use Daffodil Delight. Put that one over here. And I'm just using my original as a guide. And I decided that I'm actually going to use Berry Burst twice instead of the green twice. We'll see if I like that better. All right, now let's go with some Azure Afternoon. Oh, that's so pretty. I almost hate to stamp that one off. That was beautiful. And then full strength with the confetti. Ooh, almost forgot to stamp it off. Lemon Lime Twist. All right, and now for my favorite, Berry Burst. So do the one there. One up there. So pretty. Okay, now let's do our confetti. All right. So, oh, look how fun that is. Okay, now we'll get our black back out here. And we'll stamp some strings from these guys. If I was thinking, I could have done the strings in the same color as the balloons, but I just thought of that, so, oh well. Okay, oh, I shouldn't have put that away yet. And then our greeting, I think it's time for a celebration. Oh, wow, that's not centered. Let's try that again. There, that's better. Sometimes it's okay and I'll let it go, but that one was pretty off. Okay, so I've got a crumb cake card base. And berry burst matting. Just throwing things. It's a good day. It's always a good day when you can have some stamping shenanigans. Here's that. A little bit more. Let's put this flush on the card base. I am just doing a little angle cut, and then I'm going to glue this on the berry burst, and I'm going to leave a border about, let's say it's about 1/8 of an inch on the right and along the bottom. Then I'm coming in here and just trimming that to fit along the angled edge. Put some dimensionals back here. And then I am going to put this about an inch or 2 fingers from the bottom. I get laughed at a lot because I use my fingers for measurements. But you'll notice I'm putting the white edge of the banner along the white edge of the our stamped image, of our stamped background. I kind of thought that really made it flow nice. All right, now let's put some rhinestones on this. It needed some sparkle. Now, if you want, you can add some Wink of Stella and paint over your balloons with that. I was going to, I actually did on my sample, but I don't want you to freak out and think Wink of Stella is retiring, because it is not. It will be hard to find in the catalog, the new catalog coming up, but once that goes live, it'll be easy to find on the website. So that is our celebration cards. Let me get all this stuff out of the way and show you your cards that when you place a $35 and use the host code, let's see, PVJFBP2M, I'll send you a kit to create these cards. So there you are. Stay safe during the eclipse and have a fantastic day. I hope you get some good stamping in. All right, we'll see you again soon. Bye.